What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday and welcome back to another installment of Mr. Eric Reads. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I'm always glad that you're here with me. But as we approach the Christmas season, I thought maybe it was time to bust out at least one Christmas story early on. Now, of course, you know, when we get to Christmas Eve, we'll read How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But I'm also always looking for new books. As you guys know, I tried to never, and I have not, to this point, repeated a book to my knowledge. No, I have not. So today we're going to read a book about Christmas time called The Longest Christmas List Ever by Gregg and Evan Spiridellis. So as we gear up for Christmas time and the holidays, I hope that you guys will enjoy these stories as I find you some new ones right here on Mr. Eric Reads. On Christmas morning, not so long ago, in a house on the hill all covered in snow, asleep in his bed was a little boy Trevor, who dreamed it would be the best Christmas ever. His parents were snoring at 5:45 when Trevor crashed into their bed with a dive. "Wake up! Wake up! You gotta come see all the presents stacked under the tree!" He ran out of the bedroom and bounced down the stairs. There wasn't a doubt that St. Nick had been there. "A scooter! A game box! 2 trucks that collide!" He tore open gifts, and he tossed them aside. Then, it suddenly hit him. The one thing he'd missed, a fluffy brown puppy, was not on my list. Trevor knew what to do, and he didn't postpone it. "I'll start next year's Christmas list this very moment." And he snatched up a notepad, a pen, and a seat, and he started his list at the top of the sheet. At first he thought small, like lizards and trolls, but quickly his list spiraled out of control. A remote-controlled plane with a camera inside and an invisible robot that's easy to hide. Binocular glasses with night vision mode, and a rip-roaring go-kart to tear down the road. Suction cup shoes to walk on the ceiling, a nuclear jetpack. Now that sounds appealing. Trevor kept writing day in and day out. His pads filled up the boxes, and they're now scattered about. They spilled out of his room and into the hall, then they snaked down the stairway and they climbed up the wall. By spring, Trevor's list stretched 500 feet. By summer, it made its way onto Main Street. By fall, it was 2 blocks beyond the bookstore, and by winter, it reached the post office door. Trevor stepped up to the counter and sighed. "I must mail my list," he said with great pride, but the mailman let out a hoot and a holler. Son, to send this whole list would cost $6 trillion. Trevor then emptied his little coin box. A nickel, 2 dimes, and 3 dirty rocks. One bit of advice: if you've got just a quarter, go back to your list and make it much shorter. Trevor was stricken with panic and fear. There wasn't much time. Santa's deadline was near. He worked day and night without breaks to eat, to try to squeeze in everything onto one sheet. But time, it was short, and the letters tremendous. He missed Santa's deadline and felt plain horrendous. That Christmas Eve, Trevor lay in bed joyless. He knew in the morning that he would be toyless. What was I thinking? Where was my head? I asked for too much, and I'll get nothing instead. In the morning, he trudged down the stairs without glee, certain there'd be nothing under the tree. But Mom and Dad must have sent Santa a letter, 'cause a puppy appeared and pounced little Trevor. They rolled on the floor, took turns giving chase. Trevor squealed in delight at the licks on his face. His prior mistake was now perfectly clear. It takes love, not toys, to bring Christmas cheer. The end. The longest Christmas list ever by Gregg and Evan Spiridellis, right here on Mr. Eric Reads. Hope you guys enjoyed that story. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Come back ready to learn tomorrow as we crush another week and get closer and closer to holiday break. So, as always, young readers, future leaders out there, stay safe, wash your hands, and please practice kindness in everything you do. Until tomorrow, Mr. Eric, signing off.